Qatar downgraded our flight from Q Suite to whatever you want to call this. Ugh, just one day prior to my flight. There is simply no time to change my plan. I even positioned myself into this airport just so I could fly with their Q Suite. Now keep watching if you wonder whether you should cancel your flight when given the same situation. I'll also mention some risk mitigating measures you could have taken. Well, for my case, all hope is not lost, as today's Manila to Doha flight is part of a connecting flight that continues on to Stockholm, and I have just learned that that second flight has just been upgraded to the Q Suite. So let's just go along with this current flight's business class that is absolutely the worst from Qatar Airways and see if it's really that bad. It is almost impossible to sugarcoat this flight, but I'll try my best to convince you that this is not a flight from hell, it is still a Qatar flight after all. After checking in from Terminal 3, I head up to the lounge that is contracted out to several major international airlines. Well, on paper, it sounds amazing, but this lounge is actually just another run-of-the-mill lounge that you can enter with a priority pass or any other major lounge network membership. It was crowded, non-exclusive, and the food was meh. You can probably skip the lounge if you are here. You are really not missing that much. Let's just get to the boarding gate. Definitely not looking forward to this flight. I can now finally say that I've been Qatar'd. Let's check out the seat map of the business class cabin. There are a total of 42 business class seats spread out into 2 cabins. The larger one in front has 4 rows of 6, while the smaller one behind has 3 rows of 6. Bulkhead seats are not necessarily better. They have the same amount of legroom but having less storage space, so don't be bothered. But at the very least, there is no middle seat here, unlike in Emirates or Turkish Airlines, so either window or aisle seats. If your Q Suite got swapped out, chances are there isn't enough demand for that particular flight, and people will be scrambling to cancel or change the flight, resulting in more available seats in the cabin. So during the flight, you can just kindly inform the cabin crew to change your seat if your assigned seat was beside someone. It's always better to have more space for everyone anyway. I was actually sitting beside a really cool guy at the beginning, and we even had good conversations. I wouldn't have changed my seat if I didn't have to film this flight and causing too much disturbance to him. Usually, I have a segment doing a seat tour, but come on, there really isn't much to show here, so I'm just gonna wing it through. Below the armrest between the 2 passengers has a cubbyhole with the noise cancellation headphone, safety cards, and menus. This little compartment here holds your water bottle, and nope, that little light does not indicate a power outlet, but just an empty space. Just like everyone's feeling now in this cabin. The amenity box was placed here prior to boarding, but more on that later. Judging by the seat appearance, I think Qatar Airways really does try hard to make the seats as luxurious as possible. I'm sure they know this is a garbage seat. If these were in a narrow-body regional flight, then I think they can be quite competitive. I like the burgundy color theme here. The pillow firmness feels perfect to me, and the blanket was wrapped very nicely in a plastic bag. You would get all these same items from Q Suites. Unless you pick the bulkhead seat, there's extra storage space for you in front. This is why I mentioned earlier that the bulkhead seat is not better. This is a very rare occasion where I would say that, cause I'm usually a bulkhead seats kind of guy. There are complimentary pajamas by the White Company in long-haul flights. I didn't open it for this flight though, but I can tell you that they feel really soft and comfy. The tray table can be pulled out from your armrest. Careful though, it was flimsy and tricky. I thought I almost broke it. But anyway, it's amenity time. Passengers were given the amenity box when flying an inbound flight, while the amenity bag is given when flying out of Doha. And here's the box by 30K. Wait, what? Diptyque? Diptyque, right. Excuse my French. Gosh, let's do the unboxing. Ugh, it's a little tight there. There you go. So here's your little description page. It looks awfully like there's a sample size bottle here, right? Nope, it's just a piece of paper. There's your facial cream, body lotion, lip balm, universal fragrance, and the eye mask, earplugs, and a pair of socks. There's quite a box of goodies. Now let's look at the menus, one for the meal and the other one for the alcoholics, alcohol. The texture of the menu feels really premium though. Feel free to pause the video to read through the menu if interested, but we're gonna move on. The wine list is in this red menu. I have to say it does have a very nice presentation. Each wine comes with its own picture. I mean, it is redundant, but so is luxury. Since Qatar is hosting the World Cup in 2022, it has a brand new safety video with a soccer theme, or football theme for all you non-Americans. It was quite funny and quirky at times, but just watch it somewhere on YouTube. Also, kinda reminds me of Ted Lasso. Really into that show myself. Sorry, I digressed. We gotta go now as we are taking off. And just like that, we are now up in the air. Gosh, how many pop culture references do I got? The cabin is lit with this purplish light, giving me this Virgin Atlantic vibe. Give a thumbs up to this video if you want me to review their latest business class product in their Airbus A330neo. Oh, I almost forgot they have an in-flight entertainment. Because it's so far away from your seat, don't try to pick a movie when the seatbelt sign is on during a turbulence. Jokes aside, I did find lots of entertainment options in the IFE. It definitely helps you to pass time since you probably can't sleep on the fact that your Q suite just got swapped out for this subpar seat. Oh, it also has no Wi-Fi, so you can't text your friends and rant about it till much later. How wonderful. Yeah, we'll see what happens if you keep swapping out your Q suite and pissing off all your customers. Yep, I'm now one of them. I guess I was a little hangry. And fortunately, Qatar is known to have great catering. For my starter, I got this delicious curry soup. Oh god, that was good actually. And also the Arabic meze. It is one of my favorite starter dish. I usually pick this over the other options. As for my main dish, I got the seared salmon with vegetable and mashed pumpkin. Tasted pretty okay, but it didn't blow my socks away though. But that dessert sure hit the spot. It was epic. The almond praline clafouti. How's my French this time? Better? Alright, here comes the bed. Let's stretch it out and see how bad it is. Notice that it's not fully flat but with an angle. This is not a competitive product that Qatar would ever get more of. And the good news is that this is slowly being phased out, albeit not fast enough. As of the making of this video, Qatar just announced that there will be an updated version of the Q suite. Hopefully, the older 777 planes will get refurbished into those newer seats. Heck, people would be happy enough to just be in the normal Q suite, let alone the updated one. But one good thing of this bed is that it is very likely you can find an empty seat besides you if everyone spreads out, since many people would have cancelled their flights already by now. Not to mention, Qatar has some of the best blankets in the airline industry, so at least they have some great soft products. So let's do a recap. Will I be willing to fly in this business class seats again? 100% hell no. If I wasn't given the fact that my next flight is in the Q suite, I would have switched my flight to another date or another departing city. But I am happy with the Surface and their soft products, which are on par with the airline's overall reputation. They just have to stop swapping out people's Q suite into this ancient seat. So to better maximize your chance of flying in the Q suite as a transiting passengers, try to have both legs of your trip to be in the Q suite. So this way, you get 2 chances of not having your flight get downgraded. As to how I got this flight for only $20, I used 70,000 Cathay Pacific's Asia miles to redeem this flight along with the next one flying to Stockholm, with a tiny $20 fuel surcharge. Other great options you can look into are American Airline AAdvantage miles and British Airways / Qatar Avios. Both currencies are great when it comes to redeeming Qatar flights. I'm now heading to Qatar's Al Marjan Business Class Lounge through this beautiful airport. I'ma show you everything everywhere in that legendary lounge in the next video all at once. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get notified when my Q Suite video is up after that.